The head of a Florida white supremacist militia says the teen arrested in yesterday's massacre was a member of his group.
So why aren't these organizations considered terrorist groups? Chief investigative reporter Morgan Loew has the answer.
I am going to keep radical Islamic terrorism the hell out of our country.
It is common to hear President Trump talk about the threat of foreign terrorism.
I call it extreme vetting.
Last month, the Justice Department stated 3 of 4 people convicted of terrorism-related offenses in the U.S. were foreign-born. But that is misleading because domestic terrorists commit more deadly crimes than Islamic extremists. The problem is they're not called domestic terrorists.
There are no designated domestic terrorism statutes.
Carlos Galindo Alvira is with the Anti-Defamation League.
There certainly is a downside in terms of recognizing that murders and other crimes are being committed by white nationalists, white supremacists.
A 2017 report from the Congressional Research Service says the government does not generate an official and public list of domestic terrorist groups or individuals. But the report names white supremacists and militias as examples of groups that fit the bill.
Terrorists go home!
Those groups commit lots of crimes but avoid the terrorist label. In some cases, elected officials even support those groups. In 2014, anti-government militias were drawn to the Bundy Ranch in rural Nevada for an armed standoff against the federal government. They found allies in the Arizona state capitol.
I am requesting members of the House that want to attend to go with me.
Rubbing elbows with the militias were at least 6 Arizona lawmakers, including Congressman Paul Gosar and Senate candidate Kelly Ward. Last month, a judge dismissed the case against Cliven Bundy, saying federal prosecutors withheld evidence from the defense. And that makes it even less likely that any of those militia and extremist groups that showed up to defend the Bundys would be officially labeled as terrorist groups.